Gentlemen, Men for Men Real Talk. What's up, guys? Welcome to another live. I said I was going to come to you live, so thank you to you guys. I had a few guys comment, which is awesome. And one of you told me, please go live, do daily live. So here I am, okay? Thank you for the chest compliment, my friend, as well. I appreciate that. I'm not here trying to be an Adonis, trying to claim that I'm a fitness god or that I'm a professional bodybuilder or anything like that, right? What I'm doing here is just standing with who I am, how I am, fatty and all, right? To share a bigger message of no body shaming, period. We need to be who we are right now. Otherwise, you really can't move forward. The challenge is in front of you to move forward if you're currently hating who you are, okay? So that's at the core of who I am, all right, guys? So that's what I have to say. That's my message on that, right? So, Toby, thank you very much for your sweet compliment, my friend. I see somebody just commented on that. And who else? Daniel, thank you for your messages as well. And I think there were a couple others. Now, because I'm just new to this, I'm working a different system here. You can see on my books back there, right there. Wait a minute, right there. It's backwards when they do the video thing. That's a lot of books I have. So anyway, my beautiful view back there as well. I'm here in Orlando, Florida. You can see that over there. So let's see. This is going to be, my right is the left, so my left is the right. There you go. I'm in Orlando, Florida. It's got a beautiful tower. You can't see it, but next time I'm adjusting everything. So these lives are completely brand new for me. And I know that there's a way that I could do a lot of little things, which you're going to see them. So let me know. And very important, guys, I can actually bring people onto, I can see your comments. And if you're around, leave me a comment. I'm here to talk about community. First of all, it is Black Friday, okay? So that's exciting for me. I love Black Friday, shopping, shopping, shopping. You get a lot of great discounts. I know there's a whole movement of buy nothing Friday, anti-minimalist movement, which is, I respect all of it. There's a lot of value to all of it, right? So anyway, I'm here to talk about community. Why? Because I was pondering this myself, okay? See, there we go, little sexiness. Why? Because we can. Why? Because we're guys. Why? Because, I'm here to embrace the male sexuality. And I want you guys to do the same thing, because there's certainly a lot of people out there, religious institutions and others, that are trying to squash us, squash who we are, squash how we live, squash how we were born, and squash the fact that, we as men, as lovers, a lot of us just want to give abundantly, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So if you like this comment that I just made now, leave me a comment on that, okay? Yes, we are lovers and we love it that way, okay? Let's put out a stronger vibration out into the universe that love conquers all. We will not be stopped. And so I want to squash all the haters by producing more content, and it's really to express who I am, right? But at the same time, it's all about supporting and empowering future generations, young guys today, and giving encouragement to a lot of the boomers and baby boomers as well. And, because this message I'm sharing right now wasn't really out there so strongly. And thankfully, 20, 30 years ago, okay? So thankfully, a lot of you guys don't even get to experience that now. So it's a wonderful gift. So you should be thankful, as I am, and it is the day after Thanksgiving. So I want to talk about community, guys, because, I'm a single guy, single gay male, right? And I know it speaks to a lot of guys. I haven't always had my family there. Like they've always been there because they never shunned me, so I'm thankful for that. But they're like, states away from me. So, and my family was like divided. I had a mom and stepdad, and then my dad was with another woman. So they were in a different state, and so I used to go visit them when I was a kid for the summers. So there was this big divide. My most immediate family wasn't the most stable. It was argumentative, nothing but complete imbalance. Okay, I saw all the addictions, all of that stuff. Um, Uncles on drugs, screaming and fighting. There was no peace. So that was my upbringing. So I always made sure that I was going to overcome that. And for me, it was about learning, personal growth, development. But fast forward in time, right? And like I never had guy friends over, hey, I'm going to go hang out at my buddy's house. I just couldn't do that. So how do you learn your skills, your social skills? You're supposed to learn them when you're young, right? So hopefully, a lot of, it has changed dramatically. I know that. A lot of families are doing the right thing now. But there are a lot of guys out there right now that in this time are suffering from a little bit of social anxiety. So if some of you guys are in that kind of space, leave me a comment. Yeah, that, I get social anxiety. It happens to me during the holidays, right? The other thing I want to say is, whatever time you're watching, guys, especially, like, tell me where you're watching from, what city, state, country, right? And what time you're watching this live. Because as I continue doing more lives, that'll give me a better sense of when I should do more lives, I mean, I don't think I'm going to do them at midnight, but, I may say, oh, well, a lot of people were watching at 11. Maybe once in a while I'll throw in an 11 p.m. live. I don't know, all right? But I want to make them so that you catch them, and, you might come on board and share some comments. Like the last time I had a couple comments. So don't be shy and just comment, say hello. Toby, there you go, my friend. How are you, buddy? Click here to view comments. Let's see if we can do that. Here we go. Add to broadcast. All right, sending you a comment back. You like that, buddy? So anyway, Toby, thank you, man. See, I started with my shirt off like that. You didn't see it. Well, you got to watch the beginning of the video, okay? So anyway, what's I going to say? Let's see. Put that over there. All right. Okay. So, all right. So I'm talking about community, guys. I'm on Facebook. I'm doing a lot of organic outreach through Facebook right now. Last year, this time, I was doing everything on LinkedIn. It was insane. But this is all to build up my coaching practice. Any of you guys want information on that, just feel free to hit me up, okay? So, okay, so I'm talking about community. I get guys that respond, and I can see and I know that I haven't had a great friend in 35 years, blah, blah, a lot of stuff like that, right? So this is why I'm talking about community. Plus, for me, I stopped and I said to myself, well, what do you do, right? If you don't find, I'm in Orlando, Florida, and I'm from New York. When I came here, it seems I took everything away from me that actually gave me all that I lived off of, like that energy. I thrived. I mean, I was like, I love the nightlife, not even the nightlife, the energy and the pace and the amount of people, and the diversity. And the people are dying to meet you in New York City, right? I come here to Orlando, everybody's in a car. Boom, 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 box. From one box to another, to another, to another. So the interaction for me, as a single gay male, went like to like Zippo. I didn't feel like getting in a car. So I'm living in this beautiful apartment, 25th floor, and I turned it into, what did I say? my palace, my tower, I can't remember. It'll come to me. Anyway, how was your Thanksgiving? It was really good, man. I actually cooked a great dinner here. I prepared an organic turkey, and I made a whole bunch of stuff. I made yellow rice, like the Spanish delicacy, kind of thing, with olives. So Toby, where are you from? Because I think you told me what time. I think you say Colorado or something. I think you said you watched the video around 11 o'clock. Anyway, So tell me where you're from. That'd be cool. So yeah, it was really great, and I had a few friends over. So we had a great time. I made something called coquito, which is a Spanish eggnog, Puerto Rican eggnog, as a matter of fact. But I do it vegan style, so I make it with coconut flavored Bacardi rum, like a cup and a half, and I use coconut milk, cream of coconut, little bit of vanilla, and a touch of cinnamon. Amazing, so awesome. So anyway, back to my topic on community. Churches are not really the best way, in my opinion, and it depends which church. But that's what I find the people run to first, right? They go to church on Sundays, or maybe they go to church 3 times a week. But the reason I say it's not the best is because unless a church is one of those that completely embraces the gay and lesbian community, then why in the world would you want to subject yourself? It's not a good idea on a mental, emotional, or spiritual basis level to subject yourself to being in a space where the people around you, coming straight from the altar, are being taught that you are bad, wrong, a mistake, love, hate the sin, don't hate the sinner. That's kind of nonsense. That's just a bullshit way of saying, we can deal with you. All right? But you know what? We must allow ourselves, we must make it so that we demand that we go beyond just tolerance. Okay? So you get to demand more than just tolerance for you in your life. All right? I'm not going to be making political grandstands. So that's just pointing out a source of community. The other way is, and I don't prefer it this way, but if you're an addictive, right, you're an alcoholic, then, you got community in what? AA, things like that, right? So, which is cool, but then they're all addictives and they have a certain mindset and it's not going to help you grow, It could to a certain level. Hopefully you grow beyond that and you do other things as well. So my thing is creating community in terms of like things that you love to do, things that support who you are, and things that really help you grow emotionally, spiritually as a human being. Now, it could be gay and it doesn't have to be gay. But the key is that you learn and that you could be yourself in all of these fucking places, right? Excuse my French. It's going to slip once in a while, guys. Deal with it if you don't like it, I try to keep it clean, okay? Just so you know. I'm not one of these F-bomb guys, but every so often, I'm just trying to be transparent, right? To be real with you guys, okay? So that's why I'm doing the lives, right? Coming here to you with a little bit of sexiness, right? Like I said in the beginning, I'm not here trying to say I have the best body, the biggest. Certainly don't. I definitely don't have the biggest arms, but it's not about that. It's about being the best version of you. That's the message that I bring. All right. So if you like this message, leave me a comment. Love your message, being the best version of you. I'm going to share another review with you guys. I started this this page as Adam Talks. My idea was to create sort of like a TED Talk type of thing, right? And I changed it because Adam Levine is all over the place and I couldn't get seen or viewed. And when I changed it, my views started to go up. Men for Men Real Talk. So everything on the page right now, and I'll be changing it. What do you mean by grow? Lorenzo, what I mean by grow is like growing spiritually, emotionally, does that explain it? So I'm talking about community, right? Because a lot of gay guys that I talk to or that converse with me, like I'll leave questions and stuff and they'll say, oh, these are, I had a men's group, a Facebook group that I closed recently. But I would get a lot of engagement and different things, people telling me some of the issues that they have, right? And a lot of gay men have expressed feeling lonely, alone, right? No companion, whatever. So that's why I'm talking about community. Why? Because Good Friday. Why? Because yesterday was Thanksgiving. Why? Because we're right in the middle of the holidays. And so, I'm doing it to come to you guys with a message of empathy, of compassion, of understanding. Okay? So I hope that helps. And so the idea right now is like I'm saying to myself, cool, man. Thank you, Toby. I'm saying to myself, what can I do as a single gay man living in an area that is so different from the the energetic vibration that I'm accustomed to, that I was accustomed to in New York, where I would just step out and I would meet people everywhere by the hundreds. Every day I have new friends, new hookups, new this. At Starbucks, it was fun. You just meet people at the gym. It was great. Not that you can't meet people at the gym here, but because I forced myself to get more focused. I picked a gym that was kind of like just very, people go work out and they leave. So, yeah, and I minimize my time. That'll be a story for another conversation, okay? Because I'm going to talk about that too, how to maintain fitness levels and things like that, right? How to come back from whatever, right? I used to be a fitness trainer in New York. For those of you who don't know me, I say this in some of my videos, but I'll repeat it. I was a fitness trainer for 8 years. I did nutritional healing work before that, which I kind of got tired of people wanting a magic pill. How do I, what can I take for this? I'm like, there's no pill. You got to change things, right? So then I said, well, let me become a trainer to let people know, because let people know you need to get off your ass. Shake your ass. You need to get up off that ass and move. That's how you get fit, right? And then my website was called Dimensional Coaching. So I was always also helping people in the personal development area. So I had lots of transformations, a lot before and afters. But I switched. I moved into real estate. I moved to Orlando in 2011. I was using real estate was kind of supporting me, So I also did massage work. So some of the guys here know me from that. So that's it. I mean, I refer to it as my intimacy work with men, right? So, but when I started doing this channel, I put everything as Adam Talks, blah, blah, blah. And I did all the Gmail accounts around the name of the page, the channel, which at the time was Adam Talks. Now, and for like the last year or so, it's been Men for Men Real Talk. So all of the emails will change. And the big reveal is that some of the guys, because my profiles online, which I really don't have anymore, all were under Adam. So that was like the pseudonym, right, that I used to use. Because it's always best, usually, like men, guys make up words like, some kind of fancy word or some kind of something, so they could, like when you have a personal profile online, right? You might say, whatever. So anyway, that's what I used online. And so my name is actually Michael. Okay? So people say, hey, Adam, love your videos. And that's great. I love it. It doesn't bother me at all, because that has always been my alias, So it's all good, And we all have those aliases, because a lot of times the guys are bisexual and nobody can know. You want to be discreet, and you just want to protect your identity. Girls are named Susan and they go by Millie, on their, dating profiles, until somebody good comes along, you let them know, right? But in the meantime, you got a lot of junk out there, and people, a little dumb. And, you don't want to put all of who you are out there, 100% all the time. But here is different for me, because, I'm reclaiming this channel basically, and I'm doing it for myself, and I'm doing it as a way to grow awareness and to do more in our community. Okay? So I learned to grow mentally because of you. Hey, I'm glad, my friend. So how old are you? How young are you, Toby? Give me an idea. Yesterday I was talking and the dude was 16. It makes a difference, I don't really get into the whole age things, because a lot of guys are ageist and they want to say, oh, but I'm already over the hill, and they're only 40. Oh, but, how about something like me? Yeah, it's dumb. But, maybe you're 22. I don't know. Fresh out of school, fresh out of college. Give me an idea. And it helps, because then I could kind of, it helps me relate to you better. So, certain things you expect people, or, it just helps me relate to you better sometimes, I think. So I learned to grow mentally because of you. What did you learn from me? Tell me one thing that you've loved, that would be wonderful. And, the guys on, let me give you an idea, like let me see. I talked about community. I talked about, churches is one way, right? And then groups, right? Groups, depending, So I say find support groups, right? And it doesn't have to be like, anonymous, Sexaholics Anonymous, or I don't know, sober men living or something, right? I'm talking about support groups in terms of like activities that you love, like men who love to read books, right? And so the idea now is to give you some idea on how you can create community, because I've had guys from Canada say, oh, there's nobody out here, blah, blah, blah. But you don't need gay men to create community. Just create community with people who love you and be open with them. Because if you are open, that immediately starts to open the gates for yourself in your own life. So, and that's another story. But that's how you begin to attract. Because if you're closeted, you're going to start attracting the same kind of people. As soon as you start opening up, you're going to start attracting the same kind of people with that kind of open vibe. Does that make sense, Toby? What is a community? Okay, Lorenzo, are you live in the U.S.? You're gonna have to tell me how old you are, my friend. 'Cause if you don't know what community means, you might need to Google it. Okay? And what do you mean by grow? Okay, Lorenzo, you're gonna have to tell me how old you are, because for all I know, you're a 12-year-old boy. All right? So share something, because you have no profile pic or anything like that. Okay? So otherwise, do a Google on what is community. Okay? And so, Toby, I hope that helped you, my friend. The idea is there's meetups.com out there, right, to help. And if you don't find anything that really fits your criteria for what you think you love, then maybe you can create one yourself. There are lots of places that you can go and you can learn about Reiki, you can learn about breath work, you can learn about different things, right? 24. Okay. Are you born and raised here in the U.S.? Because I'm just asking because, people have different ethnic backgrounds. They might not be so good at English or whatever. So community is when you have people converging. So rewind to the beginning of the video because I talk a little bit more about that, okay? About community. And I give different examples like churches, and that's why I'm giving examples. That is community. That is your answer, okay? And if you need more than that, just do a Google on it. Okay, so a lot of people, that's what we all need, guys. That's what we're all looking for is community. We're looking for love, we're looking to be loved, to be accepted, and to be acknowledged. So that's why I'm bringing that message right now, because it is the holidays and some guys feel alone, isolated, and like they don't belong to any community. You can't just go to work and go home and be a robot, be a work bot. That's the point, okay? You got to create community. A group of friends that love you, a group of friends who do the same things that you love, right? Maybe even movie night once a week. That's creating community, okay? So you start doing that. And if you have any skill or anything like that, some people go and you could also like something that you love to do, like maybe you could try yoga. That's another way you create community. Now you meet a lot of yoga people. And yoga is a great way, I gotta tell you, to create like the best friends in the world. Because they're always very open, very in the moment, very zen. They're like, yes, 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 no problem. Power of intention, and they're loving on you. So if you guys don't know that, explore it, okay? And thank you, Toby. I appreciate that. He's also 24. All right, Toby, listen, I'm sending you love. Lorenzo, you too, man. Thanks for the questions, okay? I need to make this short, but I'll be back again. I've been on 24 minutes already. You like the interaction? I'm planning to come back again tomorrow, all right? Toby, and this is good because now I know a few people, 6-ish is a good time. And so for anybody else coming onto this as on a replay, tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what time you're watching so it gives me a better idea when I could come back to do the lives and based on interaction, right? Also, make sure you give this video a like, okay? Because that tells Facebook, tells YouTube that you're loving my content, pushes me up the algorithms, and I'll work with the keywords and stuff like that. So that's it, my friends. From my heart to yours, I'll see you on the next video. All right? Ciao, baby.